again. This time I'll be reading a short section of episode 5, Once More into the Fray. If you haven't read it yet, here's the background. Larry and his wife Ruth are adopting a child, which means Larry must continue working as an attorney rather than the longed-for retirement. While they're waiting for their adopted child, Katie from Ukraine, a different Katie hires Larry to address alleged harassment by Larry's friend Lauren, the proprietress of the Apple Cart grocery. As always, it is their dog Beatrix who injects a modicum of common sense into the situation. Larry goes to his study to draft a letter demanding that the Apple Cart grocery cease and desist harassing his client. But of course he finds he can't write such a letter, not to Lauren. He thinks of Katie Marshall, her frayed jeans and somber, self-important sweater and lank hair. Do all Katies look like that, he wonders? Will their Katie look like that? Will their Katie believe she's being harassed? Beatrix shoves his hand with her nose. You're being ridiculous, she tells him. Once more into the fray, he mutters, and then he realizes he's got it wrong. The Shakespearean quote is, once more unto the breach. From some forgotten, dusty corner, his brain dredges another, later part of the quote. Stiffen the sinews, summon up the blood, disguise fair nature with hard favored rage. Can he find hard favored rage against his friend? No, he cannot. And then he remembers once more into the fray is actually a quote from that movie, The Gray, the movie where everyone dies in the end. So much for the value of perseverance. When their Katie arrives, she has fine brown hair, a cherubic nose, and dark eyes. Larry finds he loves her and wants nothing more than to protect her for the rest of her life. Paterfamilias material, after all. Janet from the adoption agency stays on the island and visits every day for a week until she deems everyone in the new family unit is settled enough, whatever that means. She explains that normally they try to place a Ukrainian child with a Ukrainian family, Sudanese with Sudanese, Italian with Italian. She would have gone on with additional examples, but Ruth cut her off with an unexpectedly abrupt, "We understand." And she says that was the plan for Katie, but when she was en route to the U.S., the plan fell through, so they had to quickly pivot. Larry's thoughts are stuck, swirling nonsense, as if he's a poet in search of a rhyme. Pivot, divot, missed it. Pivot, to turn quickly. Can a 61-year-old lawyer pivot from planning for retirement to parenting a child? Divot, a piece of turf cut out of the ground by a golf club in making a stroke. Wait, is he having a stroke right now? Missed it. Missed the time when people normally learn to parent. Is it too late? Beatrix takes command of the situation and gently pushes Larry onto the grand old recliner with its cracked leather upholstery that faces the window looking out over the water. And then, while Janet from the adoption agency watches, Beatrix just as gently nudges Katie, herds her, really, to climb up and sit beside Larry. They're both rail-thin, so there's plenty of room. Hi, Larry says shyly, even though he's already said that several times. Hi, Katie says. If you enjoyed what you heard, and you're not already a subscriber, sign up to receive episodes twice weekly at sharilane.substack.com. That's SHARILANE.substack.com. Hope to see you there.